Hey guys, welcome back to Weightless with Israel. Tonight on our cooling stretches we are doing chair yoga, okay? Now if one is nursing from an injury or you are at the office doing work and you just do not have time to actually go out to the gym or to the yoga studio or to go home to do your workout, you can actually work out in your office or at home on a chair, okay? This one is called chair injury. It's called a chair yoga. For nursing injuries or whatever else you may be going through, you just do feel that you don't need to work out standing and you just want to take it easy, okay? Now we're going to do Malasana here. We're going to do Prasarita, and as well as we're going to try to get into Tadasana variations to get basically to open up our chest, our upper chest area, as well as our thighs, and getting into our hips area, and then we'll finish it off with a nice seated shavasana, a nice seated resting pose, okay? So we're starting now with our quad variation, our quad stretches, okay? We'll just stay in seated, and you just try to anchor on our sitting bone, okay? Make sure that you are anchoring on your sitting bone. And then you just take a breather here. Just take 1 or 2 breaths, okay? I want you to engage your upper chest area and thrust it a little bit forward. And just try to open up your upper thoracic spine area, this upper region. You try to engage it, okay? Your thighs will be, your knees not to be wide open, just enough. Good. So now we're going to do our quad stretches, but in inversion, okay? So here we don't really want to stretch or to feel like we're yanking any part. We just want gravity to do the rest of the work, okay? Good. Just checking in with the rest of the body, see how it is doing. Good. Now if you are not able to lift up your legs, that is fine. Onto your knees, that is fine. You can actually do this in seated, okay? You just check in with your thoracic spine, wide and open, and making sure that your knees are wide open to the same extent. Okay, good. Now, you take out your mat, okay, up to the extent that is open, and I want you to take out your legs to the 4 corners where it is available for you. Okay, you just reach out, okay? Good. To the extent that it is available, we just try to come down here for our seated Prasarita. Okay? Now when your head is touching the ground, or it is you're hanging up here in the air with me, you just take it here and you take 1 or 2 breaths here, okay? Now you can see that it's very important the type of chair that you use for this chair practice. Doesn't matter, just use the extent that is available for the chair that you have, okay? Try to get a chair that does not have armrests, okay? Good. 1, 2 more breaths here. Good. Now you'll notice that this is the same effect that we're having as when we are doing our standing Prasarita, okay? Good. To come out. Good. Okay? Now I don't want you to come out all the way, you just come out sort of halfway here. Take your upward to the sky, your armrest, okay? Good. Take sort of a recline. Hero pose here. Sort of warrior. Good. To come down. So we bring the second side, okay? And then we take out the second side. We rest here. Arms, chest wide open. Now whatever you may injury or illness you may be going through, just try to tell yourself, as the ancient Vedic text says, healing is the return of the memory of wholeness, okay? Good. As well as our seniors, you just don't want to do the chair yoga. It is much more convenient actually that you do this. You get the same effect as when you're standing up, okay? Now here I want you to take out your front legs here and you just try to the extent that is available, and you bring them out into a humble warrior, okay? Upper chest, open up the heart, breathe. Good. Come out. Now we're going to do our Trikonasana with our seated tree pose, okay? Now here I want you to make sure that you have enough of a wide berth on your chair to just rest. If not, you just support yourself, okay? To support your ankle, making sure that you are not injuring your ankle at all. And you just stay here for our tree pose, okay? Three variation. Good. And if it's to the extent that it is available, you just try to get it available here. Trikonasana. Good. Come down. We go to the second side, okay? Now, to the extent that your chair is able to support your ankle, you just do so, otherwise you just put it on top. Nestle gently. You come up. Trikonasana, okay? Good. And then we sit in our mountain pose, okay? Tadasana here. Good. Now we're going to try, to the extent that it is available, to do our Trikonasana variation pose here. Try to get deeper into our quadriceps here and just anchor in. Take 1 or 2 breaths here. 1, 2. Now obviously if you are not having any knee injury or injury on the knee area, you are welcome to join in this pose. Good. Otherwise you just stay seated in mountain, or which is our seated pose, okay? Just facing the front, which is our resting position with our chair pose, okay? With our chair yoga. This night. Good. Try not to yank too much or to feel like you're forcefully applying a lever. Let the gravity do most of the work, okay? You just try to relax the shoulders and you unwind them here, okay? And you'll be able to catch up with your work, whether it is seminar papers that you're drafting, what articles, academic research, whichever part of the papers that you're drafting. You just take a moment to just do your stretches here, okay? In our chair, with chair yoga, okay? Good. Our chair flow. Now, I want us to get deeper into our, this is called humble warrior, okay? From the standing position, the humble warrior. And we're going to do a seated variation of it, okay? Now, we try to this extent that is available. You can either try to do as I'm doing now, to hook your arms up here and to just leverage on that to release the shoulders, okay? Or you can just hold on to it and just manually release the shoulders here, okay? Now if you're not able to do the wide seated, you can also do this with just normal seated, okay? You'll feel much of the release, the same release, okay? Good. 2 more. you'll get the same effect, especially in the arms, opening up the top, doing the rotational pull of the shoulders, okay? Now when you're doing it, when we do our downward facing dog, we have the same rotational pull in our arms, so we can have the same effect here, okay? Just make sure that you are not overstraining the chair and that it will not fall, okay? That you're balanced. Good. Take 1 or 2 more breaths here. Good. Come out. And then you just give your wrists a little bit of a stretch, okay? Now, whether you're in Warrior 1 or Warrior 2, we're opening up the chest wide here. We'll just do this with our hands. Manually reach out, expand the chest and the thoracic spine area. Breathe in and out here, okay? I want to make sure that the opening up of the chest is still part of our workout here. All the tension out. Good. To come out, simply bring the hands back onto our knees, okay? So do one more. Stretch out the arms. Good. To come out, we bring it down, okay? So now we are going to do our pigeon pose, okay? The normal variation of our pigeon, which is the emphasis is obviously to open up the hip area. So we don't want the emphasis to be on our knees at all, but we want to feel it in the hip area. To do this with ankle, we just slant a little bit to the hip that we need to focus on, and then we just try to give it a little bit of a stroke here, okay? Not too extensive or intense, we just do it very slightly and gently, okay? We are opening up the hip and the pelvic floor here. Good. Very, very, very gentle. We don't want to feel any twitch or any pain at all. You come out immediately if you do feel anything that is uncomfortable. Good. Come out. So we do our pigeon on the second side. Just remember to anchor yourself in such a way that you're supporting yourself here. The hip feels very much supported, but it's not anchored, okay? So it's not getting out of place. Good. Good. Now we're resting in our seated mountain pose. We just want to take a moment here to just rest and take in all the instructions that we've given the body here, okay? We're just resting. Good. Now we're going to try a little bit of our standing exercises here. But the trick is never raising up from the chair, okay? We just want to go to the same extent that it is open and it is available, okay, for us. We just want to see to what extent we are able to go forward. And this time we're doing it with raised arms, okay? So whether it is in Warrior 1, we'll just slightly bring the one knee to a 90-degree angle here. Good. Come out. Then do the second side. We get the same effect on the body, okay? And sort of the benefits that yoga provides, that you use your own body mass and your own body weight as the instrument of your workout routine, okay? And we are going to just open up the chest area. Good. Come back down. Good. Bring it down. Now we're going to try and relax our hands here. We're just trying to, we're not pulling, we're just applying the hand just slightly and then raising it a little bit just for the neck and the shoulder to rest. Good. Slightly lift up the head. Bring it back down just to make sure you're not pressing too much. We are not applying any manual pressure here. We're just giving sort of rest to the tendons here in the neck and the shoulders, okay? And we're not applying any pressure at all, apart from just the weight of our hand, okay? So don't pressure, no, just the weight, the mechanical weight of our arm. Okay, bring it up to the second side. And as we're doing this, we want to just feel like there's a rotation here. Bringing relief to tension in the neck and the shoulder area. Just want to bring relief here. Good, one more. Good. To come out, we bring both hands, just elevate our head, we give it a little bit of a shake, okay? Not too fast. Good. Good. So now we are going to quiet down in a nice Shavasana and just take in all the instructions that we did here and on our chair pose today, and just making sure that we're nice and relaxed. I just want to make sure that we've opened up the shoulders to the sufficiency that it is necessary and that we're not holding any tension, especially if you are in front of the computer all day. Just take out all that pressure, okay? Release it from the shoulder area here. So feel like it's a forward back bending posture. Good, making sure that your arms are very more stable. I have an arm bend, which is obviously not a good idea because it becomes slippery. Good, one more breath here. Good. Just give it a little bit of a roll. Good. And we're making sure that we're nicely rooted and anchored, okay? So this is to the same extent that we have gone. This is really an intermediate to slightly advanced, but it's for beginner stage, and everyone at all stages can be able to use this workout routine, okay? So we just give it a little bit of a rest. We give our hips a little bit of some love, okay? Now this depends to the extent that it is comfortable for you. If your shoulders, if your kneecaps, your hamstrings, or your quads are tight, this is a very good release. Just this position on its own is a very, very good release. Just to sit this way and just give it a nice release. It's good enough already like this, okay? You don't have to go further. The rest, let gravity do it. Eventually the knee will start to relax because you're relaxing all of the muscle. Then you anchor with this second leg just to give it more love and more support. But if this side has any injury at all, we don't use this leg at all, okay? We let it rest. Okay, one more breath here. Good. Come out. See this side. No pressure at all, it's relaxing. Good. So you just come out to shake a little bit, making sure that we're nicely rooted. And closing off with a nice Shavasana, okay? Making sure that we're resting all sides the eyes, the face, the jaw, the chin, let it rest, the tongue, the whole face, let it rest. We're moving down through the neck, the shoulders, the left shoulder, the right arm, left elbow, right elbow, the hand, left hand, right hand, let it rest, cooling, going down through the torso, the hip, the left hip, the right thigh, the left thigh, let it rest, resting in a nice resting position. The left knee, the right quad, the left quad, resting, the left ankle, the right ankle, rest, the left feet, the left foot, let it rest. Be quiet in this moment and just take a moment to center in and to rest, okay? Now, may all beings on earth, in the universe, let all beings find happiness and freedom. May my own thoughts, actions, and words contribute to the happiness and freedom of all. Just say that a quiet thought here. Resting. And let us bring our thoughts back and our consciousness back into the room. If you want to rest longer, you're surely open to do that. You just close your eyes and you think of a nice, positive, happy place. Think of white light, think of golden light. Just looking at golden color with your eyes closed, whereas the colors fizzle out and you enjoy that moment, okay? Otherwise, to come out, you come back into the consciousness, into the room, start hearing the sounds, the temperature in the room. It's actually minus 4 here today. And we're just taking the temperature again, coming back. Start to wiggle the toes, the hands a little bit. Waking up, start to open up the eyes gently, and to come out, you open up the eyes, okay? Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. I'll see you again tomorrow on the mat. Take a little time to enjoy the mat. We just have no choice, no excuse not to take up the mat. Whether you're a student, whether you're in the office at